your life, what you want your life to be about, what you want to achieve, because life is about results. Life is so much.
We are on the same page. Everyone knows.
My name is Kwabena Darko. Welcome. Subscribe to this channel, share the channel with your friends and family. Today I want to share with you how to handle your loans or the problems that come from loan and debt. People do businesses, and sometimes the problems are many, and one of the major problems that you get to deal with is when your business is in debt, when your business is in crisis, when you can't repay the loan, when you have gone for money to do the project and they have delayed to pay the project, and the people who gave you the money are on your neck. You know, when they are taking you to court, or when they are always calling you and constantly chasing you for their money. Maybe you went for the money from your friends, maybe you went for the money from people you know, maybe some companies, some microfinance companies, maybe there's some savings and loans, some banks, you know, and the loan has stayed over time, and it's become a very difficult situation for you. How do you get over some of the stages? Because business comes with problems. That's why they say that it's a risk that you're taking. Some people may not even have business debt, but personal debt as well. Maybe you took some money to put into your house, and the money that you're expecting to repay has failed, and now you can't sleep. Now, one thing that occurred to me is that most people, when they have debt situation, when they have when they owe organizations, when they owe banks, when they owe people, they go through enormous pressure, stress. They can't sleep. My first submission is that you should be able to separate yourself from the business debt or the debt, because if you die, then everything is over. Or if you catch some sickness because of that, then how do you repay unless they forgive you? You know, so in as much as you want to hold yourself responsible for this, you would also want to see that this is a decision that I made. Didn't go as I expected it, but I have to also stand on my feet and do the honorable thing, which is to repay them, or to at least try to compensate. And it's a very difficult situation for anybody to be in, but you have to know that it's separate from you, and we need you to be alive, we need you to be healthy, we need you to think rightly for you to solve that problem. You know, and it's a problem, but it can be solved. Why you are not able to solve it at this stage is that the money that you have now cannot pay for that debt. Assuming you owe just 1 cedi, I'm sure 1 cedi you would have paid without stressing. But maybe what you owe and what comes in, they are not that much comparable. So now you have a difficult situation. And so separate yourself from it and decide that it's your responsibility, and therefore you will pay. You know, it is your responsibility and you pay. You don't have to run away from it. It's your, some people, when they owe friends, or when they owe organizations, or when they owe people, they change their address, they cut corners, they change their phone numbers, they separate themselves, they close every door, nobody gets through them. People will be angry when their money is with you and they can't get to you. In as much as you don't want, some of them would want, I mean, some of them, when they call you, the banks or the organizations, when they call you, they talk to you like you're nothing. You know, they talk to you like you are a very foolish person to owe. They talk to you like you don't have sense. They talk to you like you're running away. It's okay. It's a stage that you created it. It's not the devil. It's not the demon. It's not people from your family that are trying to kill you. Do you know? It's a decision. It's wrong judgment. You made that decision. You agreed to pay that interest. You know, some of them 5% interest rate a month is not something that most of us can repay. If you go for a loan and it's more than 1% a month, more than 20%, or maybe more than 10% a year, it's something that you are likely to default. It's something that you are likely to have it as a difficulty in your business. And that's why most businesses are not able to repay their loans, because the interest rate is unacceptable. You know, so anything that is beyond 1% a month is bordering at a state where it will become a problem for you. It's just a matter of time. You know, and some of us were so much sure that the contract that we were going to use that loan to do was certain. So he didn't give you any allowance for failure. I'm saying that if it's more than 1% a month or more than 10% a year, on the average, you're likely to default. You're likely to fault on it. You're likely to have nothing after repaying. So even if so most of the loans that we play with, even if you're able to repay the loan, you have done some bit of work. It means you're a good person, you're a good business person. The economics don't favor you. So don't isolate yourself. Don't cut them. Don't let them chase you. Call them. Let them know that you want to pay. Let them know that you want to pay, and it's the most honorable thing. And sometimes you have to go and talk to them and tell them that the thing has gone bad. It's not working. You took 20,000, now it has become 100,000. Obviously, nobody would want to sit down and let 20,000 become 100,000, which means you have difficulties. You don't have what it takes for you to pay that debt. You are not skilled. You're not network enough. You don't have the money to pay. Let them understand that. And so tell them if there's something that they can cut, and most of them can cut. You can renegotiate. You can go back and tell them, in as much as I would like to pay this, it's so difficult for me to pay this. Most of them are not interested in the collateral, I'm telling you. Most of them are not. One of the reasons most of the banks were in difficulties is because they thought that the collateral was enough for the loan. But when everybody is defaulting and you have the collaterals, who are you going to sell to? At what value? So banks are not really interested in you taking so that they will go and sell and get money. Most of them cannot even sell it at the right price. So if you can get the money for them, even if you have to negotiate, even if they have to slash it into some pieces, even if they have to reduce it, most of the banks would want to open some discussion on that than having to take you to court and fight you and all those. Most of them are really not interested in that. So look at how you can negotiate with them, ask for some new plan, ask for reduction, ask for them to hold the interest right to them. They are human beings as well. They also have their difficulties. They never forget that. The bank is also a business which goes through normal business problems just like you. So some of them would understand that, and some of the loan officers that you're dealing with would want to deal with you if you come out as somebody who is responsible, who is credible, who is honest to solve the problems. So go and negotiate. Go and ask them if they can reduce it, if they can give you time, if they can hold the interest for you. Sometimes even if they can forgive you entirely. You never know. So go and ask. But then they are so much interested in your character as an individual. The way you're communicating, the way your lines are open, the way you talk to them, the respect, that you give to them. Those things will pave doors for you. So don't run away. Don't say that I will not pick their calls. They are worrying me too much. Pick their calls. Talk to them. Even if they insult you, you put yourself there. Nobody put you there. And it's not time to cry and weep and kill yourself. It's time to fight back. You don't give up when there are a lot of troubles. You want to quit? Don't quit when there are difficulties. You quit when you have conquered. You stop and go to the next stage when you have overcome some things. So decide that I want to pay this loan, and know that you are separate from the loan. In as much as you are stupid in your decision, you are still separate from the loan. So you can have your head in good position. And the other thing is that look at the people who were there when you were making some of these difficult, these wrong financial decisions. Because most of those people, if they are still around, they may be still advising you wrongly in terms of money. When you have financial difficulties, it means that there are some things that you didn't pay attention to. There are some things that you didn't know. There are some things that you overlook. You're not tough on yourself enough. You're not informed enough. You're not skilled enough. You were over optimistic as to how you were going to pay. Some people promise you, and you believe it. So maybe contractor, you want to go and take a loan to buy equipment on a project, on somebody's project. You want to go and take money to go and do it for them before they pay you. Those things are not. If you have not done big projects like that, and they say go and procure loan, do it, we pay you. No. If you want to use any money to do that project, then use your own money. If it goes, it goes. But you don't. Let's say your business is doing 100,000 a year, and you go to take loan 150,000 to go and do a project for some new people that you have never worked with. It's likely that you'll be in that difficulty. You'll be in difficulty. It's just a matter of time. You'll be troubled because you have not handled money to that level for you to go and borrow that kind of money. But maybe you went to borrow 5,000, but your business is doing 100,000. even if it doesn't work, you're in a position to at least use your own profit to pay it off and move to the next stage. So most people will have difficulties repaying their loans because they never handled that money before. They didn't even understand the implications. And the thing about our banking system is that every money they give you, you have to, they take insurance, they take processing fee, they take all this collateral. Some people will even go and borrow the collateral against a loan. So they will pay for the collateral, they will pay for the service loan, they'll pay for insurance, and they don't even understand the interest rate. A lot of the times it's just we are just not in the position to understand what is going on. Now, if you're the kind of person who believes that you borrow and you won't pay, then no problem. But if you really want to pay this, if you really want to do, and I would say that don't say that you won't pay. It's good for you to do business and treat others fairly. It's a good thing to do, because after all, most people become very successful financially and in their business, and they start to do good. They start to set foundations and NGOs and help the vulnerable and help society. So why would you want to screw somebody in the same society just to get some money and then go and do good somewhere? I don't think so. I think that you just treat them fairly, even if you don't agree with them, even if you feel cheated. There are so many things that so many decisions that are made some time ago that were purely wrong, and that resulted into a lot of financial difficulties because we're not thinking rightly. So my name is Kwabena Darko. I'm talking about how to handle the loan, the debt, the difficulties if you are in a difficult situation like that. Now, maybe COVID, maybe you were so much diligent and frugal, and you have so much discipline, and then COVID came. And the thing about owing people is that they can come in different forms. Sometimes you employ people, the payments didn't come, you owe them technically. Maybe you procured for somebody's services and you're expecting somebody to pay you and it didn't come. Now the supplier becomes somebody that you owe. The owing on business, maybe electricity, data, all things can easily be debt on the business because something didn't go as expected. So I want to recap, and then I would want to close. So don't separate yourself from the loan. After all, the other people also took business risk. That's something that people forget, that if you loan somebody money, you're also taking risk, and not every time that they come through, not every time that they honor their part. And so this time around, you are in a position of failing somebody of the thing that you agreed to pay. And don't be so much tough on yourself to be human that you failed. Accept that you failed, and there are things that you gloss over. There are things that you didn't make good judgment on. Accept that, and then see how you can correct it. And don't describe yourself as failure because the business has failed. The business has failed, but there are other things in your life that are going on well that you can be proud of. The fact that you even started a business and it worked is a good thing. And once you have life, there is chance for another trial, another attempt. So don't kill yourself. We need you to be alive. We need you to have hope. We need you to have confidence, and we need you to know that this one you can come out and even build a bigger and a stronger business. The other thing I said is that don't put your phone off. Don't cut everybody. Talk to people who are interested in you doing well. Talk to the people you owe. When they call back. Write them letter. Give them a call. Let them know that you are thinking about it. You just have difficulty. Because a lot of people don't have, when it comes to many people don't pay back what they owe. It's almost as if they go into amnesia, they forget. They intentionally separate things. They owe you, they don't want to pay, but they can call you and smile. No, don't be that kind of person. I think you hurt yourself eventually, because then you cut good organizations, from working with you, or good people from working with you. Some people will give you money because they trusted you. The people will give you money because they respected you. Even if they don't want to do anything with you again, the fact that you're able to draw that relationship on the money to close, the fact that you're able to close it by paying whatever that you agreed is a good sign that you're a good person. So make sure that you open your doors, talk to them, and then renegotiate. Go back, because the thing is going at a pace that you can handle it. Go and say that please hold the interest rate, or reduce it, or break it down for me, or cut it so that I can handle it, so that we can go to the next stage. Go for that. Ask. You never know what the other person may agree to. and don't make it your mind to say that I just don't care. You must care. It's somebody's money they gave you. If it doesn't work, find a way to at least compensate them. It's important. And then sometimes you can also break them into pieces. Maybe you owe a lot of organizations. Look at the small ones that you can handle, because sometimes handling just one or two will make you feel like everything is not all that lost, because you need your confidence. You need your confidence to fight back as an entrepreneur. You need your confidence to start to. So once you're able to pay just a little, you will start to have some kind of hope. You will start to think again. Hopelessness is not a good thing. For you to feel like there's no way out of this is not a good thing, and I'm saying that to also break some relationship from people who were around you when these things were, maybe they even cook it for you. It means even if they were genuine, it means that there are things that they also don't understand, and listen to people who caution you and they didn't pay attention. They may know something that you don't know, so now go and humble yourself and look for solutions. So my name is Kwabena Darko. I want to thank you very much for watching, going through the debt, these difficulties, or handling your loans, or difficulties with money. So thank you very much. Please subscribe to this channel and share the channel with your friends. Thank you.